No lesson on solving would be complete without taking a look at fractions, so that's what we're going to do in this lesson. Remember, we want to clear the fractions, get rid of them, and then we can have a normal equation to solve. The way that we do that is by multiplying each term by the common denominator. In our case, 2, 3, and 4 all go into 12, so I'm going to multiply each term by 12. And in order to make this easier on me, I'm going to divide first before I multiply. So 12 divided by 2 gives me 6 times my x in the numerator, minus 12 divided by 3 is 4 times the 1 in the numerator, is less than 12 divided by 4 is 3 times the 3 in the numerator gives me 9. Then I have a normal inequality that I can solve by adding 4 to both sides. So I get 6x is less than 13. Dividing each side by 6, I get x is less than 13/6. Remember, putting this on a number line, we simply put the fraction in the middle and then add 1 to the numerator to get the values on either side. So I have 13/6 in the middle. I would have 14/6, which simplifies to 7/3 off to the right, and 12/6, which simplifies to 2 off to the left. We have x is less than, so we have an open circle because 13/6 is not a solution, and less than shades left. We'll take a look at one more fraction one. This time our common denominator is 30, so I'm going to multiply every single term by 30. Remember, dividing in the denominator first to cancel. So we have 30 divided by 5 is 6, times negative g is negative 6g, plus 30 divided by 6 is 5, times 5 is 25, less than or equal to 6 times 3 is 18, so 6 times 30 is 180. Subtracting 25 from both sides, we get negative 6g is less than or equal to 155. Dividing both sides by negative 6. Remember, when you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative, the inequality symbol flips. 155 over 6 does not simplify, so we simply get negative 155 over 6. Setting up our number line again with our fraction in the middle. This time, because our fraction is negative, be careful when you go off to the right. You are adding 1 to the numerator, but it ends up as 154 over 6. And because that number is so large, I'm not going to make you simplify that one. And then subtracting 1 from the numerator, we get negative 156 over 6. Again, you can leave it in unsimplified form for your graph. We have greater than or equal to, so we're going to shade in our circle this time, and greater than shades to the right. Taking a look at squares, we're going to solve by undoing, canceling that minus 8. I'm going to add it to both sides, giving me 5x squared is less than 45. Dividing both sides by 5, we get x squared is less than 9. And taking the square root of both sides, we get x is less than 3. There is another solution to this that you may see when you get to Algebra 2, but for now we're just going to focus on the positive solution. So we put 3 in the middle, one number greater and one number smaller off to each side. X is less than, so we have an open circle, and less than shades left. One more square, dividing both sides by 2, we get 10 minus y squared is less than or equal to 36. We divided both sides by a positive, so the inequality symbol stays the way it is. Taking the square root of both sides, we get 10 minus y is less than or equal to 6. Subtracting 10 from both sides, we get negative y is less than or equal to negative 4. And finally, canceling that negative in front of the y. Remember, it's like there's an invisible 1 being multiplied by the y. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1 to cancel that. When we multiply or divide by a negative, our inequality symbol flips, so we get y is greater than or equal to 4. Setting up our number line with 4 in the center, 5 off to the right, and 3 off to the left. We have y is greater than or equal to, so we'll have a shaded circle, and greater than shades to the right.